What's up, everybody? Justin here, back with a new year in wrestling reloaded 1994. I'll talk about the Clash of Champions and go over and review and go over some of the Clash of Champions that happened in 94. I'll talk about the ECW super shows they put on in 94. They put on quite a few. Get the list here. This is the old school ECW catalog where I used to order tapes. Like 20 years ago, I used to order tapes out of here. ECW commercial tapes. So anyways, ECW 94 had quite a few shows that were big shows. So, up first, I'm going to talk about Clash of Champions that happened January 27th, 94. Up first, we had Two Cold Scorpio, Marcus Alexander Bagwell. They were an okay team. As a kid, I actually liked them, but I was like, 94, I was only 10 years old, so I still liked Marcus Alexander Bagwell. When he got to be buff, I didn't give two shits about the guy's buff. Nothing against him. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I wonder if he's still prostituting himself. I heard he's doing that. Good for him. So, Two Cold Scorpio, Marcus Bagwell defeated Paul Roma and Paul Orndorff. They were the team of Pretty Wonderful. Ron Simmons. I'm kind of shocked that Ron Simmons was still in WCW in 94. I thought he was gone by like the end of 93. Ron Simmons defeats Ice Train. Ice Train basically was really jacked up, big black guy. Looked like he's on roids. I don't know, but the guy was huge. So Ice Train lost to Ron Simmons, Dustin Rhodes, and Lord Steven Regal for the TV title wrestled to a draw. Cactus Jack and Max Payne defeated the Nasty Boys. They feuded into 94 a lot. Brian Pillman defeated Colonel Robert Parker for some reason. That was stupid for them to have a match, but again, it was different times. It was 94. And I will say Colonel Robert Parker, the guy used to be a wrestler. He was pretty good. The main event, I believe, was Sting and Ric Flair defeated Big Van Vader and Rick Rude in a elimination match. Ric Flair was counted out, and then Vader was counted out, and Rick Rude then was pinned by Sting. That's Clash of Champions 26 from January 94. I did review it. I read you the results, but I don't really remember the show. I haven't watched it in a few years. I'm just giving you the results and trying to review it. Maybe a lot of Clash of Champions from like 94, 95, 96 I should watch again because I haven't watched them in a lot of years. So next Clash of Champions was Clash of Champions 26 or 27. What it was 26. No, 27, I believe. Clash of Champions 27 June 24th, 94. WCW Tag Team Champions Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan. They just won the belts at Slamboree 94. So Cactus and Kevin Sullivan defeated the Nasty Boys to retain. Lord Steven Regal defeated the television champion Larry Zbyszko to win the title. Johnny B. Bad defeated U.S. champion Stunning Steve Austin by DQ. Disqualification. Ric Flair in the main event. Ric Flair defeated Sting with help from Sherry. Ric Flair defeated Sting to win and unify the WCW World and WCW International titles. And then about in July or a couple weeks later, Ric Flair would lose to Hulk Hogan in his WCW in-ring debut at Bash at the Beach. Clash of Champions 28 from August 24th, 94. They did a lot of Clash of Champions. They did 5 of them in 94. Or 4 of them. Yeah, they did 4 of them. That's still a lot. Plus, they had like 5 or 6 pay-per-views. Maybe more pay-per-views, I'm not sure, but I think it was 5. Super Brawl, Slamboree, Bash at the Beach, Halloween Havoc, and Starrcade. So 5, I believe that's 5. So August, Clash of Champions from 94. August 24th, the Nasty Boys defeated Pretty Wonderful. Nasty Boys, I believe, were baby faces at this point. They were baby faces. Ricky Steamboat defeated U.S. champion Stunning Steve Austin for the U.S. title. I remember that match very well. It was pretty damn good. Ricky Steamboat, the guy could have a good match with a broomstick, but him and Steve Austin had really good matches together in WCW in the early 90s. Dusty and Dustin Rhodes defeated Terry Funk and Bunkhouse Buck by disqualification. Antonio Inoki defeated Lord Steven Regal in a non-title match. Lord Steven Regal is TV champion. I don't remember Antonio Inoki at a Clash, but he was. Main event, Ric Flair defeated Hulk Hogan by countout. I believe that's when Hogan was attacked by the Masked Man with a pipe. So now the final Clash of Champions, November 94, Stars and Stripes. The team of the Patriot and Marcus Bagwell defeated Pretty Wonderful. Pretty Wonderful was a good team, but damn, they lost a lot. Johnny B. Bad defeated the Honky Tonk Man by disqualification at a Clash of Champions. Nobody wanted to see Honky Tonk Man in a ring in 94. Big Van Vader defeated Dustin Rhodes. Hacksaw Jim Duggan defeated Stone Cold. I almost said Stone Cold. Hacksaw Jim Duggan defeated Steve Austin by disqualification. In the main event, Sting and Hulk Hogan defeated the Zodiac, the Earthquake, or what I think it's called Avalanche. So Zodiac, Avalanche, and Kevin Sullivan, they defeated them in a handicap match. That's when the Faces of Fear, Dungeon of Doom started. Not Faces of Fear, but Dungeon of Doom started appearing. And Zodiac, my God, that was a shit, god-awful gimmick that Brutus Beefcake had to play. So now let's talk about some of my favorite 1994 pay-per-views that I really enjoyed. Royal Rumble 94. I really enjoyed it. That was great, having Owen Hart turn heel on his brother Bret. That was fucking awesome. It was well done against the Quebecers for the tag titles. And Brett and Owen, if they ever were tag champs, they would have been great tag team champions. WrestleMania 10, I enjoyed. It wasn't that good of a WrestleMania, but the ladder match was really good. First ever ladder match on pay-per-view, really good. Razor, Shawn Michaels. Razor takes down the two belts, holds them up. That was fucking awesome. That was really cool. Brett Owen, WrestleMania 10 was a lot better than WrestleMania 9. So WrestleMania 10 was good. It just, I don't know, it wasn't great, in my opinion. But Brett Owen was damn good. The ladder match was damn good. The main event, Bret Hart, Yokozuna, was pretty damn good. Bret wins the title, gets picked up on the boy's shoulders. That was pretty awesome. Obviously, Bret was the guy of the company by that time. I guess Vince told all the boys, go in the ring. Razor, Lex, Macho Man, I think 1, 2, 3 Kid, Bob Holly was in there. Vince told them go in the ring and pick up Bret. Basically, show all the fans this is the guy. So let's go to SummerSlam 94. I enjoyed it a lot. It wasn't that great, but it was good. King of the Ring. King of the Ring was before SummerSlam. King of the Ring 94 was not good. The best part about it was Owen Hart winning the King of the Ring tournament. The rest was not good. They had a stupid former football player or I think he was a former NFL player. The guy was the absolute shit, god awful at commentary. He was on commentary for some reason with Gorilla Monsoon and I believe Macho Man. I don't know why the fuck the guy sounded like he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, like he never ever watched wrestling. I don't know why they put him on commentary at King of the Ring 94, but he was god awful. He was bad. He didn't know the product. He didn't know what wrestling was. He didn't know what any moves were called. It was pathetic. It was embarrassing. So, SummerSlam I enjoyed. King of the Ring, not really, except for Owen winning. Survivor Series 94. I enjoyed it. Bob Backlund won the title when Owen threw in Bret's towel. Owen had Bret's mother, Helen Hart, was holding the towel, and Davey Boy Smith was holding Bret's towel in one corner. Davey Boy was chasing Owen around the ring. He tripped or something and got knocked out on the steps. Owen was begging his mother, look at Bret, he's suffering. Please help him. Please throw in the towel. And Stu Hart was even there. He looked pissed that Helen throws in the towel for Bret and Bob Backlund wins the title. And then, like 8 or 10 days later, it could have been less, 6 or 7 days later, Diesel, Kevin Nash, defeats Bob Backlund at a house show in Madison Square Garden in like 8 or 10 seconds to win the WWF Championship. That was pretty shocking. When I heard that, I was like, what? I was like, Diesel's a face now, and I was like, he's a good guy now, and he's the champion now. But good for Kevin Nash. The guy worked really hard as Diesel. Like him or not, like his title reign or not, the guy busted his ass to try to do good as a champion, as a world champion. I was a huge fan of Diesel. I really was, I'll admit it. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I really liked Diesel. And I liked him as a champion. Was he the best WWF champion, like top 5 or 10? No, but he still really tried hard. And Diesel, by the time he's made champion, you gotta remember his knees were really beat up. He had a whole bunch of knee surgeries already before he even started wrestling. So WCW had Super Brawl 94. I only enjoyed the 2 Thunderdome cage matches. The rest was pretty lame. Let's go to Slamboree 94. Here it is. Got a DVD in here of it. I used to have it on video, but it's on a DVD now. Also, it's on the network. Every WCW pay-per-view. Slamboree 94. Really good pay-per-view. One of my favorites of the 90s. Just really good. Sting Vader was good. Terry Funk, Tully Blanchard. I enjoyed it. It was a brawl. They were in Philly. Slamboree was in Philly. And my God, there were a lot of ECW chants. You could hear a ton of ECW chants in the arena. Plus, ECW was always running in Philadelphia in 94, so there were a lot of ECW fans that were at Slamboree. So then after Slamboree, you had Bash at the Beach, 94, Hulk Hogan's debut. I'll be right back. I gotta do something. I just had to take off my sweatshirt. I was really hot. Anyways, I was talking about Bash at the Beach, 94, Hulk Hogan's WCW in-ring pay-per-view debut. They had a parade for him that he signed with WCW. It was really big news in the world of wrestling. It was pretty shocking. And I was very happy to hear it. I always see Hogan as a WWF guy, but whatever. He was in WCW for about 7 to 6 years. Or 5, 6 years. Anyways, Hogan, Ric Flair, Bash at the Beach, main event for the world title. It did put up and push up and bump up the buy rates of the pay-per-view. I believe like over 600,000 bought it, I believe. For the time, that was big. The biggest pay-per-view WCW ever did was Bash at the Beach 94. Before that, they did not even come close to that many people buying a pay-per-view. So bringing in Hogan, I believe they paid him $10 million a year, but in my opinion, it is worth it because the guy got more buy rates on your pay-per-views, and the NWO and the Hollywood Hogan shirts sold a lot of merchandise. Even Hogan as red and yellow babyface world champion and headlining all the pay-per-views in 95 and 94, I'm sure the attendance was up and the buy rates were up because Hogan was on the shows. But then in 96, different story. The fans didn't want to see the red and yellow Hulkamania running wild anymore. They didn't want to see it. So this is gonna I'm going to do a part 2 of 94 because I still got a lot to say. Check out part 2, Year in Wrestling Reloaded 94. I'll talk about ECW's super shows and run them down and review them. Also talk about the PWI 94 awards. So check out part 2. Hope you enjoyed part 1, Year in Wrestling Reloaded. Bye for now.